watching Let's Chat.
Well, Cinco de Mayo is this weekend, so we are going to help you get started celebrating just a little bit early from the help of our bar expert, Jen Gregory and Patron Tequila. Good morning, Jen.
Good morning.
We love
Good
it when
to
you're
see
in the
you.
studio.
Thanks.
All right,
I love being here.
So you were here a couple of weeks, a month or so ago, telling us about Patron's Margarita of the Year competition.
Yeah.
So that's wrapped up. The winner's been announced. Tell us about who won.
Yeah, Jay Khan of Hong Kong won this year's Margarita of the Year competition with his Dynasty Margarita. So that's what I'm going to make for you today. Super excited about it.
And why is it called the Dynasty Margarita?
So the competition, really, bartenders from around the world submit these recipes and then we'll go down to Patron to compete. And it's a representation of where they live and where they bartend.
Okay, so talk us through the recipe. Go ahead and make this for us.
Sure.
And tell me what elements, as you're doing this, kind of set it apart from the normal margarita.
Absolutely, yeah. This is not your typical margarita. So we start actually with lychee, which you can get at an Asian food market. It's a really sweet fruit that is kind of aromatic. And then we'll add a little bit of ginger syrup, which I just made this at home, but there are plenty on shelves of your local retailer that you can purchase. Fresh squeezed lime juice, which I squeezed this morning. Very important. Always using those fresh ingredients.
Well, and I was going to say, always having the fresh squeezed juice makes it a little tangier.
Absolutely.
You don't get quite as sugary.
Absolutely. I think that's what really sets apart a great margarita, or any cocktail, to be honest, is having fresh ingredients. So we're going to use a little bit of Saint Germain as well, which is an elderflower liqueur. Again, we're getting some of these lovely kind of flowery essences to it.
Oh, it already smells so good. And guys, we're going to put this recipe online for you to be able to make this weekend also. So don't worry about trying to write it down. We'll put it on the website.
Absolutely. And Patron Citrons, which is an orange liqueur, really complements, and I highly recommend using in a margarita. And then the best part, Patron Silver.
All right. Now, could you use any Patron tequila in it, or do you recommend?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a different dynamic, but you could certainly use Patron Silver, Reposado, or Añejo.
Perfect. Whichever suits your
Whatever
flavor
suits
the
your
best.
palate.
Now, obviously, this is a little bit more complex of a margarita. It's got a couple of different ingredients in it. But just real quick, what's the basic recipe for just a basic margarita?
So if I'm making a classic margarita, it's really only 3 ingredients, which is nice because who wants to buy 20 different things when we're making a drink at home? So it's tequila, the best tequila, preferably Patron's, simple syrup or agave nectar, and fresh squeezed lime juice. That's it.
Super
That's
simple.
it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Which, of course, I would recommend trying this recipe because it is the world champion.
Yes.
You gotta love that.
It's the
Try
margarita of the
something.
year.
All right, so we are going to put this recipe online. Of course, you're going to shake it up and you're just going to serve it over rocks.
Yes,
Can you do any
yeah.
kind of salt, or what salt do you do? around the
Absolutely.
room?
This is a grapefruit salt, but you could do just a regular kosher salt. You could mix it up with a little bit of seasoning if you wanted it spicy or sweet.
Perfect, perfect. I can't wait to taste this. Again, recipes going online. Celebrate Cinco de Mayo with us and Patron, and of course, Miss Jen as well. It's always great to have you here
Great
in
to
the
be
studio.
here.
So